Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. Woo! It's Pokemon Day. Happy 30th anniversary, Pokemon. It's February 27th, 2026. And we just had a 24-minute presentation from the Pokemon Company. That was a nice Pokemon Presents, wasn't it? I thought it was cool. I mean, in the title, you could see it right there. We got Gen 10. We got Pokemon Winds, Pokemon Waves, a brand new old school Game Boy player to play Pokemon music, updates to Pokemon Legends ZA, plenty of updates to smaller games within the series, information on new cards on the digital side, Pokemon Championships, continuing to get bigger globally, bigger arenas, more people. Pretty cool. We gotta look at the starters. Lots of stuff. Of course, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, was also there. And we have confirmation that it is on the way to Nintendo Switch 2 via NSO, dropping next month. Now, they didn't give a date. Next month is officially in 2 days. That will be March 1st. Will it come out on March 1st? Probably not, but it's coming soon. And what else? Jeez. Pokemon Pokopia. I combined the two words together. Getting one last look on a big platform like today. And just like that, I could see some yellow in the chat. Yellow for Pikachu, perhaps? Let me get the pop-out chat rolling. I have a good feeling that today's stream is going to be pretty hype because these streams are always awesome. This community is fantastic in general. We never have a dull conversation here. But when there's some big stuff to talk about, we end up having some big streams with some, major discussions. So let's see. We got Ash Gaming 17 with that Pikachu Pokemon Yellow drop saying Team Gekwa all the way. Oh, we got to look at the starters. We got to have a poll. Oh, that's a good idea for a poll. We've got to have, maybe 2 polls. Which game are you getting? Pokemon Winds or Pokemon Waves? But then also, which starter are you leaning towards? Dang. Thank you, Ash, for kicking us off in the right direction with an awesome $10 super chat. Big thank you. Let's get Ash here. Boom. And Ash with the 10. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate it. Let's see who else is here. Crazy Scoth with a heyo. Corey Boehm, Gale warning for March. I missed the Pokemon Presents work meetings. That's okay. We'll go over some stuff today. Johan Nintendo, I hope Pokemon XD next week. I mean, it's in March. There's no more guessing, It's coming. I don't know if it'll drop the same week as Pokemon Pokopia, though. Maybe. We'll see. Steak 1024 is here. Hey, Paul and chat. Corey Boehm, you boarding the hashtag June Direct bandwagon today? I don't know. I still think that we'll get a general direct before April 30th. Just based off of Nintendo's past, they have oftentimes had a couple of presentations within that first quarter of the year, or the first third of the year in this case, if we go until April 30th. A general direct, a partner and a mini and an indie showcase, a partner and an indie and a mini. At this point, we've had a Super Mario Galaxy movie direct, a Nintendo Direct partner showcase, and a Pokemon Presents. So we've had 3 presentations, and running alongside that you know, the upcoming release of Pokemon Pokopia and attention given to Mario Tennis Fever, with their own video segments and stuff like that. So there's been quite a bit, and that's not counting things like, the Pokemon Lego, the Zelda Ocarina of Time Lego, but you still have the upcoming Mario Day. So what if there's no general direct, but Mario Day is significant with here's the release date of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book and a new look at the next brand new 3D Mario game? Like, would that satisfy the equivalent of a general Nintendo Direct? Perhaps. I'm still on the side of like a general Direct or a Nintendo Direct Mini by April 30th. Maybe I'll be wrong. There's a whole 62 days for this to happen. It might just come in June. And if that's the case, it's not a big deal. There's plenty of other stuff that has happened. There's more stuff yet to come. I mean, the new Mario movie is going to keep Mario and Nintendo in the public mind share quite a bit when it drops, right? So I'm not too concerned, but it'd be nice to have a general direct before June. We'll see. Yvonne Francois is here. Hello. Ash, both versions, obviously. Oh, that's a good answer, Ash. Corey Boehm saying Pokemon 2-pack. I am playing Fire Red, and my team so far is Bulbasaur and Mankey. Nice. Usually wait for box legendaries to decide which game I get, says Steak. Yeah. Good point, too. AJ Rax is here with hi, everyone. Hi, AJ Rax. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Oh, save you a seat for the June Direct bandwagon. Pokemon Fan 34 is here. Hi, all. Hashtag team. No mention of Zelda till September-ish Direct. Not releasing until next year, lol. Well, this August will be the 39th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda releasing in North America. November will be the 39th anniversary of Zelda releasing in Europe. So like I said, Zelda's 40th anniversary goes from February this year through August, maybe November of 2027. There's a pretty big window, because you're looking at more than just the date of when it first came out. You got to look at the date from when it first came out in Japan through the date that it first came out in other territories. So I think if you lump Zelda's 40th anniversary in this year and a half window, that's kind of fair, right? As a grand celebration of sorts. In which case, the movie is coming out within the 40th anniversary. Yeah. But we'll see. Of Zelda talk. We'll see. PGN. There are 1 to 3 games left to announce that will release in 2026, so there isn't a lot of urgency. No, there's not. We have plenty of games this year. I mean, there's got to be something for everybody, right? At this point, you're looking forward to Splatoon Raiders or Yoshi and the Mysterious Book or the new Professor Layton game or Pokemon Pokopia or the new James Bond title or the Duskbloods or maybe just an NSO title, which isn't new, but, something for you. Or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or Resident Evil Requiem that is launching today. Like, there's got to be something for everybody that they're looking forward to this year, first party or not, At least I hope so. I hope nobody out there is looking at their Nintendo Switch 2 saying, there's nothing coming out this year for me. I don't know. If that's somebody, that'd be kind of interesting, but to each their own, I mean, if you're only looking forward to 3D Mario or 3D Zelda, then yeah, maybe you'll be a little bit disappointed this year. But I don't think that's most people. Matayaf, T4K. Hi, Paul. Hi, Matayaf. Ash, going to grind up Mankey to at least level 10 before I take on Brock, even though Bulbasaur will totally wreck his Pokemon. That's right. Bulbasaur. Crazy Scott is here. Winds and Waves in 2027 makes a huge hole for a holiday game. That means 2026. You'll probably have Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave as a second half game, like in August. Maybe. I don't know, right? But there's got to be something in November or December. That November 20th title, Ocarina of Time Remake, 3D Mario, whip out a Star Fox. That'd be big. Depending on how big Splatoon Raiders is. Splatoon Raiders? If this whole March 26th Dusk Bloods thing isn't real, Dusk Bloods as a November title. It's not an established big Nintendo IP, though, but it could be something. Imagine a Luigi's Mansion 4. You could do something like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, but that wouldn't be big enough to carry the holidays. You do want at least one big, ideally notable Nintendo franchise game to release in that mid-November to early December timeframe. You know, if you've got two, that's cool, but at least one. Could it be just Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave in the middle of November? Whew, possibly. If they're really working on it and it's really big and ambitious and offers a lot, it wouldn't be the strongest case. I think it will be an excellent game, but it's, you know, this like 4 to 7 million selling title, which is plenty awesome. But it isn't one of those staples. And I said Star Fox, and Star Fox isn't exactly a staple either, but I think there's more that you could do with Star Fox in terms of mass appeal out there with more of a varied age range of gamers and a different type of audience to hit, you know, differently than Fire Emblem. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, there's also a lot of third-party stuff, but yeah, it definitely works in Nintendo's favor if they have something from one of their notable franchises to release. How about like a brand new 3D Kirby? Okay. That would be something. That would be something pretty solid. Less of an impact as a 3D Mario, but nothing to scoff at, not at all. Time will tell. Zabakian, I'm so excited for Winds and Waves. Choosing Pomban, cool. AJ Rax, Paul, I want the Pokemon people to make a physical version of the stereo from Pokopia. Ah, maybe. Happy Gale of Darkness will be coming to GameCube NSO in March. However, shocked they aren't doing Coliseum first. Yeah? Monolith Ocarina of Time is going to own the holiday. Can you imagine? Monolith Soft with Ocarina of Time. They're a talented studio. I think we would get some cinema scenes. I think we would get some voice acting. I think we would get some beautiful visuals and cool art style. They would have no problem making it big. But if they make it bigger, I don't need it to be like Breath of the Wild big. Just 3 times the size, the volume of Ocarina of Time to maintain that feel, that charm, but with some new things, some quality of life changes, some voice acting, expanded area. Perhaps the desert could be bigger, like Hylia could be bigger, Hyrule Field bigger, but not, you know, massively 10 times, 50 times bigger, you know, just like that 3x or a couple areas more than 3x. You know, keeping dungeons and stuff similar, but just revamped, bigger, not just a new fresh coat of paint over the originals, because that's what the 3DS version did, you know? This has to be more grand, special. Something to capture the magic of the original for new people to be, wow, so this is the equivalent of what you all experienced when you were teenagers back in 1998, right? I see it. I see it now. And for us to be like, this game faithfully is an accurate representation of what I had then, what I still love, but with some new surprises, because otherwise, why would I buy a new game if it's just the same thing? Copy and paste, I just play the original. Don't want it to be completely changed because I hold a certain value level for this, but I do want it to be surprised. Just that right balance, I think it's definitely possible to achieve. Zelda comment was joking, but I honestly don't expect anything Zelda announced before the Super Mario Galaxy movie is in theaters, so June direct for that. I think we get 3D Mario for a holiday game and maybe a Zelda remake. That would be a tremendous pairing. Could you imagine Super Mario Galaxy 3, Super Mario Odyssey 2, Super Mario Universe, some brand new 3D Mario game, early December or mid November, and then Ocarina of Time remake on that opposite, mid November or early December. That would be just a monstrous pairing. That would completely seal the deal for Nintendo this year. Gargantuan. Almost too good. Almost too big. Because you're already going to have Fire Emblem, Dusk Bloods, Splatoon Raiders, I believe, which will still be this year. Uh, it gets to being quite a bit. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Although that's going to be, first half. We'll see. Just putting it out there that if GTA 6 is coming in November and it's day one on Switch 2, doesn't that count? Or does that count? Asking for a friend. Definitely. Nintendo knows. We don't. If Grand Theft Auto 6 is officially coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and if it's coming day and date, that would impact their own release schedule because Nintendo's not naive. They know how big of a title that's going to be. If you have a November release of GTA 6 and it's running on Nintendo Switch 2, I don't think you release Mario that month. Maybe you do Mario in December if it's ready, right? Mario's big. It's going to sell on its own. It's going to be fine. It's not like GTA is going to hurt Mario to the point where Mario's going to be a flop, but you don't want to be too close. You want the third-party efforts to shine. It's a fine balance. Like I always say, there's a lot that goes into a lot of their decisions. David Patterson is here. Hello. Welcome. Have you decided what Pokemon will be your companion? No, not yet. I've got to look and pause on that. I'm gonna do that in just a moment. Monolith has a history of working on Zelda games and has been confirmed to be working on a project that is in Xenoblade for many years now. I'm thinking Ocarina of Time remake, similar to FF7 remake, maybe. I think we see Wind Waker and Twilight Princess come to Switch 1 with 4K version on Switch 2 and Switch 2 edition of Skyward Sword. There you go. I mean, that's a way how to satisfy Zelda for the year 2026. Well said. You've got Nintendo Switch 2 edition of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. You pump it up into 4K and you do some texture pack resolution bump. It's already on 60. And then you have the likes of Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, that you've got to do a little bit more with them because more time has passed from the Wii U versions to now than from the original GameCube / Wii versions to those HD ones, Brian Brooks, 348. I'm watching now, looking forward to the Gen 10 reveal. Yeah. It's a way to give the Switch one a bit of a send-off. With some Zelda ports, if that's what you mean. Yeah, because there's nothing that Nintendo Switch couldn't handle when it comes to Wii U titles. So if they're not going to go super ambitious with, the Wind Waker and, Twilight Princess from Wii U, you could port them over to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Probably have an increase in resolution and frame rate on both consoles, but with Nintendo Switch 2 having even better of a shine, a polygon bump, some textures and resolution and frame rate, than the Nintendo Switch version. But yeah, NS could still handle it. Nerdy Paul, hello. Pokemon wins. Pokemon Waves hype. That trailer made a great first impression. Yeah, I'm picking the dog Pokemon. Cool. Grass should probably be the best starter with how much water and how many water Pokemon should be in Winds and Waves. Good point. So now that we know Pokemon is not the big holiday title, 3D Mario on the table maybe? I always thought that 3D Mario was a possibility with the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out April 1st. I just see you wanting to capitalize on the Galaxy name. We had October last year, the Super Mario Galaxy pack of 1 and 2. Then you've got the movie. Excuse me. The movie this April is going to bring back some sales of those games and boost them up, carrying in. Yoshi being a big part of the movie is going to help Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. When that game comes out, it's going to boost up some DVD, Blu-ray sales and stuff, and and then you get to the holiday. It's perfect timing for you to have a 3D Mario. Not a guarantee, but gosh, does it make sense. If the game is ready, too. But a lot of this is being planned in advance. We'll see. Pokemon draining the pockets of its fan base like always. That's right, they got a lot of good stuff coming out. Isa's 630. Brian Brooks. Oh wow, the Pokopia news looks great. Gonna be a huge hit. Yeah, I was talking about it in my live reaction video. Just how big is it going to be, Not every Pokemon spin-off game is this 15 million seller, Look at titles such as Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, Pokken Tournament. They sell a few million. And you'd think that more Pokemon fans would buy them. But some Pokemon fans just like their particular itch of mainline Pokemon game and not these alternative Pokemon games, for better or worse. Maybe they should expand their likes and try out more, or maybe they're just set in their ways, or maybe they just are not interested in a particular genre, like fighting games just doesn't apply to them, so they won't even try Pokken Tournament, no matter how big of a Pokemon fan they are. It's possible, all possible, But Pokemon Pokopia has the Pokemon draw. That's good. It also has a little bit of that Roblox, Minecraft, Animal Crossing draw. So maybe Pokemon Pokopia has a better chance than the regular Pokemon spinoff. Or the typical Pokemon spinoff. Anyways, what is the typical Pokemon spinoff? Hey, there's something that's typical. Roger Inyart being awesome in the chat, showing up with a $5 super chat. That's typical. Typical Roger being awesome with the contribution in the stream. I am appreciative as always. Whether it's Roger and Ash doing 2 super chats like they did today, or Roger and Ash sometimes having a subscriber send-off membership gift-a-thon, or just your presence as always. The fact that you're here, thank you both. Roger and your $5 saying, Yo, happy Friday. Just finished watching the Pokemon Direct. What did I think of it? Meh. Hey, it might not be for everyone. I knew watching it that certain segments, by the way, we've got 30 people watching and 7 likes. Can we get those likes up to 20? 20 sounds a lot better than 7. I mean, 15 would be better. But don't get me wrong, 7's like one of my favorite numbers. But if we've got 30 watching, if we get to like 15 likes, at least half of the people watching liking it, hey, that would tell me you're doing a good job streaming today, Paul. If we get to 20 likes, hey, that means that 2/3 of the people watching are enjoying the stream. If I am doing a good job, maybe 24 of you, 23 of you just aren't digging it. I don't know. But yeah, I was watching that video from this morning and thinking like some of the stuff isn't going to hit with everybody. Some of the Pokemon Pokopia stuff, it's going to be too slow paced. People aren't going to care about this. Some people won't care about that. But some people will totally dig this NSO drop next month. Plenty of people will really resonate with this Pokemon Pokopia business. Then again, I think everybody was anticipating the big last thing, Pokemon wins and Pokemon waves. Let me make that poll. Will you be getting Pokemon wins or Pokemon waves? Wins, waves, both, neither. Ooh, here we go. I like this poll. I want to pause next on the 3 starters. Yeah, here we go. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They look kind of cute. They look cute. I like them. I dig them. Hey, here's what I dig too. Corey Boehm. Bam. Smashing it with a $5 super chat. Corey Boehm with the $5, bringing the stream up to $20. Big thank you, Corey Boehm. What did you say? Can we get the SC total to N64? The SC total? SC total. Oh, the stream contribution total to Nintendo 64? Is that what that was? Maybe? I don't know. Our views keep going up. We're at 35 views now, so we've climbed up another 5. Oh, dang. Gen 10 2027. Yes, Brian Brooks. So, I said it during my video, which, by the way, if you want, my videos are up on the channel now of today's Pokemon reaction to the whole Pokemon Presents, and then just that Pokemon Waves, Pokemon Wins segment. So, if you don't mind liking, commenting, hyping those videos, that'd be cool. But I said it in that stream, or that reaction, whatever, but not here yet. I like that the games are coming in 2027 because I don't want them rushed. I want them to cook. I don't want them to have to feel like they have to stick to the schedule. Check it out. Pokemon Ultra Sun, Pokemon Ultra Moon came out in 2017. 2 years later was Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield from 2019 had then a 3-year gap to 2022's Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It's now been 4 years since Scarlet and Violet, but no, Winds and Waves are not coming out this year. They're coming out next year, so there's going to be a 5-year gap. This is going to be the longest gap in between generations, possibly ever, certainly in quite some time, for Pokemon. Woo! Orange! Man, Orange is looking good. I have a feeling that Fire Doggo's got you in the orange mood. AJ Rax out of nowhere with a big $25. Make ya holla. Super chat. Let's go. Thank you, AJ Rax. Oh, AJ Rax, that also makes you the top super chatter of the month of February. Coming in at the end of the month, you topped Shy Guy's single contribution in one stream on the super chat side. So you get this top spot of 25 here. Let me read that comment. I think I know the comment is regarding Fire Doggo. I didn't even know we had a 25. 25 is an option? I know it's like 1, 5, 10. I thought 20. 50, 100? I don't know what they all are. 25 is monster, though. The presents was so awesome, and I can't wait to play Pokopia, and let's go Fire Doggo for the win. I mean, these three look pretty cool. To have a neat level 3 fully evolutionized dog, I mean, he could rival how cool the 3 legendary dogs were from Gold and Silver, you know? Ooh, I don't know. Or Sword and Shield's Mystic Doggos. And then you got the bird dude. Oh, little birdo. I don't know, I kind of like him. And we have our water gecko. Do we have all 3 names? Side by side? Or no, I don't think they have all 3 names. I will push play later on because I want to put all 3 names in a poll instead of just the green one, the orange one, the blue one. You know, I want to put the names themselves. But I also want to let this poll continue to have some time. Let me see. I am behind. Hold on. Let me get it. There's a lot of you commenting today, which I appreciate, but let me see. Okay, hold on. Corey Bohm saying, aka a Wind Waker Twilight Princess pack. Maybe. I can see that as a possibility, but I think they'll be released separately. But that definitely would be some good value if it's $70 for those two, and there's no extra refinements really. Personally, I would rather them be a little bit more, but have a bigger deal to them individually. But we'll see. I think Nintendo wanted Pokemon to be a fall release, but they decided to push it to 2027 to give GTA 6 a fighting chance. I think Game Freak is realizing it took some time for us to get used to 1080p development because don't forget they skipped the Wii U generation of developing. So they were behind Nintendo, in which Nintendo in the Wii U gen was already behind all of these third-party devs because those third-party devs, including Microsoft and Sony, started working for HD systems in Xbox 360 and PS3 going back to like 2003-4 development. Nintendo didn't start till like 2010, you know? And now Game Freak, further behind, they started in the Nintendo Switch generation with Sword and Shield. So now we're looking at a little bit farther behind for 4K even. So they're taking their time. Hold on, just as I'm doing some orange stuff. Hold on. Let me find my place. We got some yellow stuff in here. I'm watching now. Did they give a real date for the new Pokemon days? They gave a year, Brian Books. Hold on. I'm highlighting this because we've got another super chat up in here from Nintendo Prime saying time to hit the N64. Yes, sir. Ninty Prime in here with the $19, making it Nintendo $64 today. Woo! Nintendo. $64. And that gets Ninty Prime right in here. Boom! Big thank you for the mega support, Nate. You all know Nintendo Prime in here. I don't have to introduce him. But if somehow you're one of the... How many people are watching now? 32 people watching now that doesn't already follow Nintendo Prime. Go to Nintendo Prime's YouTube channel. Go to Nate's YouTube channel. He covers a lot of video game news, daily videos, multiple live streams throughout the week. It's a good evening show. There's live music. It's fun. Like I said, a lot of you I know are similar names that I see in Nate's streams. But like I said, if you somehow don't follow Nintendo Prime, go to Nintendo Prime's channel and give him a like. Give him a follow. Hit that notification bell and all that jazz. Thank you, Nintendo Prime. Yes, we did hit Nintendo 64. Woo! This is a hype stream. I think people are generally very happy about this morning's Pokemon Presents. Let's see. In the poll, we've got 55% of the people planning to buy one game at least in the series. Hold on, now I'm even further behind. Look what you made me do, Nate. Just kidding. I'll take that distraction anytime. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the super chat. Okay, but now let me see. Where did I leave off in the chat? The new Pokemon doesn't impress you. They could have squeezed in more detail. Game footage not final. This thing is probably a year and a half off. It will only look better by then. So, cross your fingers. Hi, Paul and everyone else. Last night, the Loco Beach Coconuts won the first Banana Ball Championship League. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Jimmy Rex Walker, hello all. I wonder what Nintendo's Q4 lineup will look like. Good question, Artisan James. Good question. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, no doubt, is going to be a great game. I don't think it's not going to be, but I don't know if it's strong enough to be this big November title and not have something in December. So I'm not putting it as that title. It might be one of them if there's something else to piggyback. 3D Mario, an ambitious-looking Star Fox, that's the wishful desire. A Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Something else notable from one of Nintendo's older IP. If Splatoon Raiders isn't early and is late, could the pairing of let's say this. October, November, December. October, the Duskbloods. November, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. December, Splatoon Raiders. Would that be that bad? The Duskbloods. A big new From Software game exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2 October, Halloween. Capitalizing on that. That would lead into November and December. November, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Alongside a new Pro Controller of some sorts in that November spot. Nothing too big, but different enough from Grand Theft Auto 6 to hold its own and, just sell the couple of million it was going to sell and maybe lifetime sell like 6 million or something, hopefully. And then December, whatchamacallit? That's Splatoon Raiders. If it's shaping up to be a pretty big game and not like just a smaller title. I don't think that would be that bad. I think it would be good, actually. Not monumental, not brand new Mario, brand new Zelda big, not, even would Xenoblade Chronicles 4 even do it? Not in terms of sales. It's going to be like a 5 million seller. Do we want critical acclaim? Do we want games that are going to be big enough, good enough to snipe at the end of the year and win best game of the year from majority of media outlets or be eligible for the game awards? Or do we want games that are going to sell a lot? Or if you're Nintendo, do you want high nines, low nines, high sales, widespread interest in a series, growth in a platform, differentiating the types of titles that the platform is known for to make it good for kids, for teens, for adults, for all sorts of gamers, right? That's a lot to think about. Gamer Punk, Paul, your videos are awesome. You're a good dude. Thank you, Gamer Punk. Welcome here. I appreciate it. Let's see. Roger, I did get up that poll. Thank you. I don't think Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is happening now. It will probably be too costly and time-consuming to renew all the licenses. So here's what I'm not 100% sure on. If it's porting it to Nintendo Switch 2, not adding any new characters that have to share the space with other existing IP and make a new licensing, a new contract. You're not changing the look of the characters like Sora and Simon Belmont and stuff like that. You're just increasing the resolution. You're adding something like rollback netcode to the online to make it better. So it's just this 4K experience in 60 frames per second like it was before, or maybe a 1440 experience in 120 frames per second as an alternate mode, perhaps getting away with something like a slight increase in polygon count or texture detail, or certain characters getting a little bit less, certain characters getting more of a bump, maybe certain characters getting a new costume, but not others, or stages not getting a new stage, but a pump. Like, there might be something that you could do to make it a significant enough of an upgrade for people to want to upgrade, and for some people to just buy it flat out for the first time, without doing all those licensing contract negotiations, re-upping payments to companies, etc. To buy a little bit more time for a grand Super Smash Bros. New entry in a couple of years. Don't know for sure. The thing with the Pokemon Presents show is that it can't only be focused on the big video games, because it's also a trading card game, an anime, and esports, and there are mobile games. True, it needs to cater for those audiences, yes. A patch for the game is more likely with improved visuals, yep. SC equals super chat. Thank you, Corey. No, I thought like stream total SC super chat, Soul Calibur SC. No, I am grateful, man. Thank you so much. We've got AJ Rax, Ninty Prime, Ash, Roger Enyart, and Corey Boehm all contributing to this morning's stream. And just like that, we're at 42 watching live now, and the likes are at 23, much better than the 7 likes we had earlier. So thank you all. Now over half of you are liking the stream. Let's go. I think I will get wins, because my inner 10-year-old sees wins and thinks teehee farts. You know why wins is cool? Because it's going to be the Gale Force version. Have any thoughts on Nintendo's $1.9 billion stock buyback? Yeah, that was announced by Reuters this morning, Nate. It's pretty interesting. That's not very common. That is pretty strategic of a maneuver. That's 290 billion yen. This is the equivalent of 14 million shares. I have the news story up. I think Nintendo's got some faith in their company. You know what? Let me look live right now on my stock report. a decline in the day, but that's not gonna matter. Isn't it funny, Nate, and everybody watching? I think this is a fine move. Isn't it funny when some people will look at Nintendo stock down today? Nintendo's doomed. Ha ha ha. The Pokemon thing didn't work. The Nintendo Switch didn't work. And like Nintendo's just operating and they're going forth. They're going forth. They keep on making new money. They keep releasing new products. The stock market, not that it's not relevant to their success. They don't want it to be, in the dumpster, but it's not. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. It's only one piece of their overall, all-encompassing strategy of success and what defines Nintendo as a successful company here in 2026. Whether it goes up or down, it really shouldn't matter to gamers. But the folks that have no idea what it means to go up and down will say, this means they're going to lose the gem. Just silly. But yeah, that buyback is interesting, Nate. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I know I'm behind. This kind of goes to Nintendo also saying that games will take more time to develop and why they are using their IP for smaller spin-offs, yeah. The way Pokopia subtly revealed there is an underground element to the game is huge. The scope of the game is much larger now. Yeah, it's that Tears of the Kingdom element all over again, kind of. Every Pokemon game is the same, the Solid Mind. Comparable, JRPG, youthful character, getting a starter, going through gyms, on a quest to level up their Pokemon, etc. A familiar, comfortable franchise. It doesn't rock the boat, but it does enough to make the titles different. But it's comfort food, and it's good food. It's not food for everybody, but it is food for a lot of people. And sometimes that's all right to have. So AJ Rax saying, now I see. You manually entered that amount. That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm guessing that Nate also manually entered in 19. Yeah. It's gotta be. To get to that Nintendo $64 total. I like it. You didn't watch the Pokemon event. The bird looks like they escaped from Angry Birds. Where do you think Gen 10 will be based? Whew. I don't know. Off the coast of something with oceanic territory to have these waves. I don't know. It's not Hawaii. It's not a lowland region, Hard to say. Went to Walmart while Requiem was downloading on my Switch 2. Noticed some dummy placed Requiem in the Switch 1 section at the far end. I was outraged. That's kind of funny. I can't wait. My Resident Evil Generation Pack set is in the mail. It's coming today. Shoot, it might have arrived by now. I don't know. I want to play it. I'm so excited. I asked my kids this morning, so you want to play a scary game? They're like, no. They might watch me play, though. They watched me play Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. They got a kick out of it because that game was scaring me when I was playing. I was like, let's see. Artisan James saying, no, they are just taking their time with the game and are polishing it over the next year. GTA 6 has nothing to deal with it. Switch 2 games are taking longer to develop in general. True. Per the Terra leak, it's supposed to be in the Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Philippines. Okay, that can make sense. I can see that. I'm pretty sure GTA 6 will beat Pokemon. GTA 6 will be more on one console. Not every Nintendo fan is into Pokemon. I mean, GTA 6 will no doubt be the #1 best-selling game of this year. Probably of next year, too. A lot is riding on that game. And I hope it comes to Nintendo Switch 2 day one. It doesn't need to in order for it to be a success, but if it does, that would definitely help and would be something pretty solid, yeah, for the system to get, no doubt. GTA 6 and Pokemon don't cross paths. People will still buy them regardless, yeah. Although there will become a point where if there are too many big releases side by side, then it will start to impact sales slightly. In some games cases more than others, in some less, you know. With that said, I don't feel 3D Mario will be ready this holiday either. It's likely very ambitious, could also need more time to polish, maybe. I just want to have a bit of a joke about how games keep being moved to avoid GTA. Who is going to New York or San Francisco for the Pokemon event today? Yeah, that would be fun. I'm not, but I hope whoever goes enjoys it, has a good time. I don't play Pokemon, but would consider Waves. Happy for people who like it. Pokemon Championship, a few months away on mobile device, yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the TCG being shown off in two different parts. Show it off together and then move on. I see what you mean. Team Asobi going cooking something up and be new title game in 2027. Cool. April's filling up with Pragmata, Tamagotchi, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, physical release, and now Pokemon Champions. True. April's pretty good. Bayonetta 1 and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance remake is coming and will come to Switch 2. I just had a fun Metal Gear Rising Revengeance gaming history video the other day, which was cool. That was fun to do. I'm strong! That was my Raiden. Sorry if I blew out your ears, but I was just recreating that moment. Winds and Waves is exciting. Will be exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2 and not rushed. New Sonic game coming. I was right about Pokemon Legends ZA getting an update. Hey, and just like that, we got some more green in the chat. With Roger Enyart. Like my horn sound effect. With a $10 super chat. Well, not super chat. Gifted members, I should say. Our first gifted members of the stream. Thank you, Roger. Your total now, 15 for the day. 10 brings our membership up to 472. Heck yeah. Love to see that growth. Almost at 500. 28 away. Beautiful. Oh, I got to update this. Nintendo $64 total. 74. But that's okay. That's a better thing. But we're at $74 total. Thank you, Roger, for gifting 10 new memberships to the community. As you can see, that cap has been lifted. I mean, I'm sure we'll eventually hit a new cap because the channel is still on the smaller side in comparison. So, some people just don't have that receiving option turned on. But there are 47 people watching now. So maybe some new people in this chat will be a first-time recipient. Hopefully. Let me get back to some chat, and then I'm going to go over who were those new 10. Thank you again, Roger, so much. And one more time to Corey Boehm, Ash, Ninty Prime, and AJ Rax. Thank you all for your contributions to the stream. Hey, and just like that, we hit 30 likes. See? Good things happen in here, left and right. Okay, let me see. Paul, what is your thought on the God of War adaptation? I'm a fan of God of War. I've liked God of War since its inception. I thought it was a good 3D hack and slash game that was kind of alongside the likes of, Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden on PS2. I really liked the evolution of the franchise with the PS4 God of War kind of, not remake, but just new entry. Just call it a new entry because it is, with a new style and all of that with Atreus and Ragnarok, another terrific game. I'm looking forward to the original God of War trilogy getting a remake, and hopefully, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty ambitious. So I'm all for the live action series. Hopefully they put some good money in the budget. They make it hard. They make the visuals striking. They have all the right voices and they don't skimp out on costume designs or anything. And yeah, it could be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely an IP that I like. The stock market is a fickle beast, and shareholders are like children who must be coddled lest they panic. Yeah? I don't know if I'm getting wins or waves. I know I'm getting one, but I don't know the difference. True, Michael S. Gutmann, it'll be, what starters are in what, well, not starters, what overall Pokemon are in which one, and what are the legendaries, right? People who mention the stock price drop are like fools. Yeah, if they put that much into it, yeah. It looks great. Like Arceus, just better. I just wish the mechanics were more like the Legends games. We'll see some more. The graphics were definitely above expectations. Nice, nice. Maldives, okay. Okinawa, okay. Sketches of Harmony with Okinawa. If there's Okinawa as the base kind of in the game, we might get some Shotokan karate characters. In that case, come on. Come on, Pokemon Company. You need me as an NPC in a Shotokan karate gi if this game is set in Okinawa, particularly in the Wind version. Look at this karate practitioner with his Gale Force moves. It's perfect. It's perfect, Pokemon. RE9 hasn't been shipped yet for you. You're thinking that games are taking longer to develop these days. It's definitely true. Mr. Chicken Lad is here. Who's your starter? I don't know yet. Okay, I'm almost caught up the chat. J7CT, Elias, Zero Sam, Cool IB, Anthony Nelson, Nuachi, Chemdude, Eddie Barzak, Horizon, War Scene. Some of those are familiar names, some of those are new names, so we do know that our membership total recipient level has gone up, which is great. Let's see. Sketches of Harmony dropping some nice Logan and Steve Rogers Captain America emojis. Tabby Cat Games, welcome to the stream. We got to get you a sound machine. Was that because I did the Raiden voice earlier? I'll be getting the dog starter, Pokemon fan. Let's see. Wave's text is a bit indiscernible from a distance, needs a bolder outline. God of War series looks phenomenal. Stake 1024. Waiting for the notification for my RE Generations pack to be marked and ready for pickup at Best Buy. As it good if they are now showing Gen Pack as not available. I'm guessing it's sold out. Yeah. Ooh, I can't wait for the sales data. I can't wait for this freaking sales data weekend to show up next week on the Famitsu charts because this is a big one. This is a big one. We see Dragon Quest selling better on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 than PlayStation because Dragon Quest had its birth on Nintendo, had its PlayStation years back on Nintendo, PlayStation 4 before Nintendo Switch, but then all this is just a mismatch of it's fairly even. We see the Nintendo versions outperforming. Yakuza, though, new entry comes out, Kiwami 3 remake. There's more of an identity by a long shot with the Yakuza series on PlayStation than Nintendo, coming to Nintendo Switch. With Yakuza 0 and such. But Resident Evil, like I mentioned in yesterday's stream, though it debuted on PlayStation and Saturn, not too long after RE2 dropped on N64, GameCube, the next system, still early into the Resident Evil series, was the place to go. You had Dreamcast for one, with Code Veronica, but then GameCube had Code Veronica X, RE1 remake, RE0 exclusive, RE4 10-month exclusive, ports of RE2 and 3, Code Veronica X, if I didn't mention it, Wii getting Umbrella Chronicles, one more light gun shooter, if I'm not mistaken, while PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 got RE5 and 6. 3DS got Revelations. Wii U got Revelations. Revelations 2 came out. Other consoles, eventually to be able to be played on Nintendo. RE7 and 8. Okay, PlayStation, Xbox games, but still, hey, Nintendo Switch, you got cloud versions. RE2, 3 Remake. Okay, not on Nintendo Switch, but Nintendo Switch. Here's RE5 that you didn't get before. Here's RE6. Here's these cloud versions of titles. We're still, giving you your old school RE4 back. Nintendo Switch 2. Here's RE Requiem. So you can see there's a lot of love. There's not a mistakable identity that exists with Resident Evil only on PlayStation or heavily on PlayStation. Not at all. It's kind of like this mix of Dragon Quest proportions, So I'm really looking forward to the sales in Japan. And then next week is going to be Pokopia. We'll see how big of an impact Pokemon Pokopia had in the Japanese market. Dude, it's just cool times. It's cool times. Byzantium says, Happy Pokemon Fan 34 Day. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I may have bought Tales of Berseria Remaster on Switch 2 despite owning the original on stream. Cool. There is already a graphical comparison side by side of Winds and Waves and Scarlet and Violet. GVG just posted one. Huge overall visual improvements in Winds and Waves. 3rd, 4th gen are my favorites, but I don't think we'll be getting remakes of those anymore. Anymore is a long time. Don't forget, we can't just look at 5-10 years. We got to look at 25-50 years. I know that's really hard to see, but there's a long time to go for stuff to be ever having a remake remaster port, To never lose hope. Eat healthy, exercise, don't indulge in certain bad things, live long enough to enjoy games longer. Of course, your family, your children, your significant others, friends, life, beauty, live for that. But also live for video games and superhero movies and comic books and all that kind of stuff because you love this stuff. You want to live for decades more to see these things continue to evolve, these franchises unfold into more things, right? Motivation, exercise, eat healthy, don't indulge in certain negative things. Keep your mind active so you have the mental capacity to enjoy said things longer, That's a good plug for the PGN Brown Belt. And if any of you are watching PGN Live right now and you're not a member, a membership is only $1 a month. You get your name in green. You get to drop some pretty sweet emojis in the chat. Those of you that are members right now, if you want, show off some of these emojis. They're pretty sweet. There's like 25 of them. Good incentive. But even better incentive, if you're interested in working out, you want to get yourself into better shape, but you're a little bit shy of the gym. You don't want to have like a $50 a month membership to a gym. You don't want to be paying a personal trainer $80 per half hour for a good quality workout session. You have an injury, an existing issue with your knees or back or shoulder, or you're too busy. You work from home or something like that. You're a student in university. You have a long 9-to-5 job and you're exhausted. You just would like to work out from home, but you don't know how. The PGN Brown Belt tier on my channel is $10 a month. If you look at it as just hitting that subscribe button to a YouTube streamer for $10 a month as too much money to donate, that's one thing. But if you look at it as what it gives you is, I make a custom exercise video for you in the Brown Belt tier once a month for you to have access to yourself at all times to satisfy your particular needs, your particular request. And you have access to all of the other PGN Brown Belt tier videos that I make for all of the other members every month, including what I've already made in past months. So it ends up being this ever continuously friendly exercise window of availability to you taught by me to satisfy your workout needs. I don't usually spend a lot of time on a stream plugging my own stuff and advertising my tiers and stuff because I'm very aware of people's finances. I'm very aware of, people's difficulties, and that's why I'm super appreciative. I'm always incredibly grateful for, like, look at these contributions today by AJ Rax, Ninty Prime, Roger Enyart, Ash, Corey Bowen. Like, that means a lot to me. So I don't push this agenda of you better be a subscriber or not. No, you're just welcome to be here. I value talking to you all. It's awesome. But I gotta suggest it once in a while because there is a lot of value in that brown belt tier if you're trying to get into some better shape and you need some motivation and you need someone who, will cater to your needs. Now, there is a black belt tier. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. That's $50 a month. That's for a live workout session once a month via Discord, you and me, or something like that, to answer you more in depth and still have that designated video. All right, that's enough on that. Just have to say it once in a while. We've got 40 people watching after all. There might be somebody new in here that's like, that's for me. I need that. So there you go. Let's see. The water looks amazing. Would be cool just to sail around Wind Waker style. Yeah. Especially if there are things to do. Like, imagine you get off your sailboat, you go diving in the water, and you could snorkel in this beautiful water or scuba dive and have this underwater battling mechanic. Dang, that would be cool if they do it right. Oh, hop on the back of a Pokemon and like go faster through the water. I would dig that. The retro guy is picking the dog as your starter. Oh, too bad Fire Red, Leaf Green don't connect to Pokemon XD. I'm picking Lizard. Holy cow, we got that emoji drop. Oh no, I'm just drinking Coca-Cola. That's okay, Saroku. That's okay. Voice acting, that's a big one. I do hope, Michael S. Gutman, I do hope that they've got voice acting in the game. If it's not going to be in the every text, please be in the cinema scenes. I don't want to see, no offense, I don't want to see this beautiful, gorgeous FMV only to have to be reading stuff that takes me out of the element, or this scene to be intentionally longer here so I could push A to go past this dialogue and then continue the scene. No, I want a live, fully realized, ambitious short movie, I'm hoping it does have voice acting and like full cinematic elements, right? Tabby Cat Games saying he has really good workouts. Thank you. Peach Video, true Pokemon fan. Nerdy Paul, the Doomer Grifters are already on the Winds and Waves hate train. I've seen a couple of rage bait thumbnails already. Boycott, hashtag boycott wins, hashtag boycott waves. You guys, you are not gonna win. You'll never win. No one's gonna buy Sword and Shield because it doesn't have all 900 Pokemon. Went on to becoming the second best-selling pair of Pokemon games of all time, only behind the original. Boycott Scarlet and Violet because it doesn't have all 1,025 Pokemon in it, and the game glitches. It glitches. I never experienced these massive glitches when I was playing Scarlet and Violet. Was it a perfect game? No. Was it a great game? No. Was it good? Yeah. Could you find ways to break it if you really tried? Yes. No one's gonna buy it. Went on to topping Sword and Shield, becoming the new number 2 best-selling Pokemon game of all time. Nobody's gonna win. No haters are gonna win, no matter how they try to doom and gloom and hurt Winds and Waves sales. Not gonna work. I don't care if there is no VA. VA should only be added if they make the quality high quality. No VA will always be a better than poor VA. I can see that. Same. I did experience minor glitches. I never had any problem. Yeah, you can see you can't see the nostril hairs on a Snorlax. Okay, I'm going to end this poll, and then I'm going to have a starter poll. Paladin 8669 is here saying, "Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Paladin. Welcome, welcome." All right, final results on this one. Waves just barely edging out wins. 31% waves, 29% wins. Both at 14% and neither at 25%. So, at least on this community side, 75% of you are interested and will be getting, in some capacity, Pokemon wins or Pokemon waves. Let's watch, without further ado, these starter Pokemon so I can make a proper poll of their names. We got Brout. Look at this guy. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. Look at Brout. I mean, he's pretty cute. He's pretty funny. But look at this guy. Look at Pombon. Not pretty cute too. Look at a little ball of fluff here. Look at a ball of fluff. And look at this fella. Look at this. Look at Gekwa. Which starter do you like the most in Pokemon wins and Pokemon waves? Brout, Pombon, or Gekwa? I want to watch them again. Look at these three. I think that's a solid starter set. I like that's a starter. I think it's pretty solid. Will the bird have typical skinny bird legs even in its final evolution? Or will it be a little bit more muscular? Will it have claws in some way to grab, or just wings for its upper body? Will it be a constantly flying Pokemon in its animation, or a standing Pokemon? What will Brout look like? Pombon. Will he continue to stay on all fours or become a bipedal final evolution and develop more fire coming out of his top? Will he have like a big lion's mane but be a dog? Will his face look cute or scary? Like I said, on all fours or on just his hind legs, standing upright, werewolf-like, wolfman-like, but not in terms of scariness, but in terms of like, oh, okay, he's got that hind leg kind of thing that can still stand, but maybe also transition to all fours. And Gekwa. Will Gekwa be sleek, or will he get kind of fat? Fat in the sense of, you know how frogs go ribbit, 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 and ribbit. He's a gecko, but could he have like a water? You know, like where he materializes water and is able to spit it out, generating it, changing his appearance. I love Brout's little wing flap. I think it's cute. I like Pombon's cute little face right there. And I like Gekwa's kind of cool vibes. You've got some fierceness and no doubt some cuteness in here. I mean, that's funny, dude. That's funny. Brout, that's a face. That's a face. he I think he wins on making me laugh. Pombon wins on the cute factor. You know, he's just a happy little dog with his mouth open, his tongue hanging out there. And Gekwa is definitely on the he gets the cool factor. I mean, he's cute too. Cute and funny. Cute, silly. Cute, cool, I guess. Like, pretty good. I dig it. Shoot. Heck yeah. Underwater traversal, maybe? Heck yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go in the beginning. Okay, hold on. Not representative of actual gameplay experience. Screenshots and footage are from a product in development and not final. That means it's only going to look better. So if you already think that, hey, this looks pretty good, it's only going to look better. Okay. Let's see. Back to the chat. Nerdy Paul says, Pokemon was the most fun I've had in the mainline Pokemon for years. It wasn't perfect, but I got my money's worth. Which Pokemon, Nerdy Paul? Blonky19. Scarlet and Violet was a really fun Pokemon game, despite looking and running like trash on Switch 1. That's why I'm so excited for Winds and Waves being switched to exclusive. And they're taking their time. It's going to be 5 years. I always thought, I mean, Game Freak, Creatures Inc., Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, y'all work together in general with Pokemon. Do the same with the mainline game. Hey, Monolith Soft, can you help Game Freak develop this title? Bam! Just do it. Just do it. Let's do it. Money this way, that way, the studios, this, vision, just figure it out. Just figure it out. Make it happen. And you'll have something beyond good. Oh, shoot. I've got to go teach it a little bit. Holy smokes. Hold on. Okay, I have to leave soon. I got so caught up. I'm like, I gotta leave soon. That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, hold on. Let's see. By the way, we're $54 away from giving out an eShop gift card. I know that sounds like a long way to go because it's not like, oh, we're only $10 away. Can we get there? Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I have an update. Okay, we do have an update here. Let me update this. Our subscriber count total is actually at 8669, so that's good. And I think YouTube just didn't update it yet, so I think we're at 472 members. And yeah, YouTube always updates later. We just did receive how many new members today? 10, correct? 10 of the 74 today were gifted members. The other Nintendo 64 was in Super Chats. Okay. Yeah, we're past halfway getting there. So it's not super close like, hey, we're 10 away, we're 54 away. But it would be pretty awesome to wrap up this stream with a $10 eShop gift card giveaway, but that might not happen. But what is happening is we're almost at 40 likes, and we have 36 people watching now. Since that total has gone up to high 40s in terms of people watching, that means probably people coming and going, hitting that like button. Some maybe not, but it looks like far more of you are liking the stream, and I appreciate that. Oh, and like that, yeah, 39 watching, 36 likes. So that's almost perfect parity. It's been an awesome stream. Giving out a gift card makes it that much cooler. But we'll see before I've got to go. But I won't. I'll hold off a little bit more because I do want to read these super chats also. Anyone who claims this Pokemon game looks bad is just flat out lying. In my opinion, this was above expectations. Just want to see combat. Yeah. Brout is awesome. That's my starter. Gecko is cool. For those who played it, how was Mega Dimension DLC for ZA? Don't do this to me, Paul. I don't know which one to pick. Pombon backward is Knob Mop. The Gecko looks cool. As much as I normally don't choose fire, Brout is confident. The dog is cute, and the Gecko is cool. The fact that the dog won me over. I don't know which one I want based on that. Pokemon horror game, please. My dog goes on his hind legs all the time to hug me. Yep. Fire Doggo for the win. All three starters are cool. By the way, I don't get the hate on the RE9 controller. People say it isn't cool because the words aren't fully there. They say it's not black. I think I like that it's dark. It looks premium. Yeah, it's not like an overall super flashy. Oh man, they really changed up the look with a big art. But it's not just a plain black controller. It has this like gunmetal gray speckle of something within the black. And yeah, it's a subtle like newspapery kind of looking print thing that's just not tremendous, but it's enough. It's cool. It's not going to be for everyone, but it's neat. I think it's still neat. I didn't buy one. I don't need another one yet. Honestly, I would buy a solid red, a solid blue, a solid green, a solid yellow if I could, to recreate that like Nintendo 64 era, you know? The words look cool. Oh, on the controller, yeah. When putting my team in every game, cuteness is my primary decider. That's a good point. Did you start Leaf Green? Okay, I'm talking amongst each other. I hope they keep the Pombon for a legend. Looks amazing. I like that they're taking their time, yeah. What resolution and frame rate do you think it is based on the trailer? I don't know. I have to watch it again. I have to watch it in the highest level of their stream. Personally, I don't. I care less about frame rate than most people. Like if it's a solid 30 for me, solid 30 is fine. I mean, I guess we could go with 60 1440. 60 frame rate, 1440p. That's going to be my safe guess for Game Freak for this title. But I really don't know. Just a first thought kind of. Are we thinking early 2027 or holiday? They'll have polished for the game regardless. Yeah, I don't know. So it could be like a March, April kind of thing, or it could be this November, December. Hard to say yet. Shamrock Steel, I love your streams. Thank you. Ashu Sharma, love your vids. Thank you, I appreciate it. Tabby Cat Games, I want to see the evolutions. Me too. I am hyped. We finally got a release date for He-Man and the reveal of the classic Marvel games. Yeah, true. Maybe an island like the Bahamas. Maybe. I can't wait for both of those. Oh, Maximum Carnage. Yeah, that was good. I just want 60 frames per second. Anything higher is unnecessary, but I will play a game at 30 sometimes. Yeah, I mean, if Pokemon is in 30 FPS, this new one, I know for some people, oh, so old. That's generations behind. Why? I don't think anything about the gameplay is going to require ultra precision as long as it's a locked in 30 and the waves are looking smooth and beautiful and the animations are good, nice polygon count, proper shadows and lighting techniques, plenty of Pokemon to catch, a fun game, voice acting, good music, feels tangible, touching, walking the ground, interacting, and the frame rate, like I said, solid, resolution up to snuff. At this point, minimum 1080p on TV, but I think higher. It's gonna be okay. 64K would be ideal. If they don't go super ambitious with how big the worlds are, animations, and overall graphic level of density, volume, I think we'll get 64K. If they're going a little bit bigger in depth of the world and geometric complexity, I think there's a chance that okay, frame rate resolution could be this 30 1440, Frame rate stability is more important to me than pure frame rate. 60 is good if it is stable, but if not, as long as it's not constantly fluctuating. Yeah. All right. I do have to go now. Thank you so much for your amazing contributions today. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be on the podcast tonight, but though this doesn't go towards the podcast total, if I end up streaming one more time today, like before the podcast, I will carry this over. Okay. Don't know if I'm going to have time to stream later today before the podcast, but at the very least, I'll be on the podcast at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Thank you all for watching the videos, the shorts, for joining me in the live stream. Super chat total today, the total gifted memberships today, amazing stuff. Parting is such sweet sorrow. 510 Mo money, that's true. Y'all take care. I have some videos up live on the channel now. I mean, we went far more in depth of what the videos are. The videos are of me live reacting to the Pokemon Presents overall and to just the Winds and Waves announcement. So if you want to check it out, you could. But alrighty. Take care, everybody.